Guys, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the fifth part of our playthrough as Rome series. And as you can see, last episode we did conquer a lot of land up here, but we also did not get our economy up. And you might be like, what the heck are you talking about? You see, we're going plus 1.84, but if we slowly take a nice long trip to the economy section, you see that we are not going up plus 1.84. And so if you ever want to look up there and you're like, oh yeah, we're fine, then just go head over to the economy tab, because this will tell you what you're actually getting, not what you got last month, which is obviously different. If we're called for peace, we really just have to unpause, and that should go away. As you can see, that all this land just got sieged. And so what's the why is that economy going down? It's probably because of this army that, if you remember, we did create, but it is locked into movements. We can't disband them. Now we can. And so we will just disband them. We'll have to pay them only 7 gold, and now you can see they just disappeared. And so, hopefully, people have decided to... Great, people have actually decided that they would like to trade with me. Remember last episode, no one would trade at all the entire time. So we're going to go with slave happiness. We'll support from somewhere in Rome. And then we will go with getting some more food, because that's always helpful. And so now, this is just because the war exhaustion, as you can see, is pretty high. We'll just have to wait for that to go down. So first of all, let's just unpause so we can actually, never mind, because we do want to fix this Scorn family tab. You can see the Cornelia family is scorned. You can see they do only have 2 out of 3 people appointed. And so we'll head over to try not to unappoint anyone except maybe these 2 families, because they do have an extra person, as well as the random minor people. And so we'll head to offices. As you can see, I do not believe they are a major family, and you can see someone, hopefully, from Cornelia is all the way down there. And this person is a 6, so that's only a minor unimprovement, so we'll just go with that, because we don't really need that civic anyway. And so what are we going to be doing in this episode? Well, so what we're going to be doing is, if I could get the other army, that's some welcome trade to help our situation. If we could take these guys off an independent operation, send them up here. Because what we're going to be doing is, find a nice spot for them to stay without getting completely killed by attrition. As you can see, we are going to be declaring war on this little nation right here. And so this nation is not too strong, but you can see that it does have some allies over here, which are also not that strong. And we could potentially take a lot of land. As you can see, none of our subject states will join, and they will get a lot more support than it said in that tab originally. So we're just going to fabricate a claim, because it's always nice to have claims on random places, although we might not go for this, considering that our armies and our economic situation, which is now a lot better because we did disband the army of 7,000 troops. And so we might also want to head over to the missions tab. See, we are supposed to do this, it looks like, and you can see that this little nice city-state is kind of blocking us from that. And I'm assuming we already have a claim. Yep. So you can easily declare war on them. Senate is completely all for, and they also have a lot of allies. So well, they do have an ally right over here for some reason. These guys and other allies for this city-state. So yeah, clearly a lot of people like the city-state. Quite a bit. They do have a lot of allies, so what we're just going to do is have that army of 18,000 head over right here just to watch that border, and then we'll have this army of 11,000 to get over here, because we do want to be completing these missions, because they do get out of the mercenaries tab. They do give us some benefits. As you can see, less local unrest, and then they'll just get better on as long as you keep going through missions. You can see that we get a lot of benefits from there. You can see we do get some more population output from that. And so if these pop-ups really stop, well, I mean popping up, we will then go with that. You can see we also have some land down here that we need to capture, these 2 city-states, which you see we do have a cast bail on them already, but we would get a war of Cyprus, which is not too bad, considering that they are not too strong compared to us, so we might do that as well. So now that both of our armies are in position and have completely regenerated, their manpower is not very high. We should be able to beat these guys without using too much of that. So we'll just see those allies. we should be pretty fine. You can see no repercussions from that, and this Army 5000 is not going to have a great day. They're going to try and escape, but I mean, they're not going to be able to. And that's where to lay siege of this, because if once we lay siege of this, this nation is really not going to be able to do anything at all. You see that one of their armies is dropping off men over there. Looks like we are at war with, well, first of all, more people than it said originally, which does happen quite a bit, actually. You might say, I want to declare war on this nation right here, and then I'll get war with all of these. Like, that can happen. It's not super common, but it's possible. So we're going to put these guys in infinite operations. They are just going to head down there to deal with that, which is a pretty good idea. And what we're going to do with this army is, once it unlocks in movement, we're going to split them in half, and actually split them in half. Sometimes it doesn't. And we'll get this army to go over here. And that's because we're going to have to be fighting wars all the way here, here, and here. So we're going to want 3 armies of relative, large size so they can actually do stuff. And so that's going to be useful in terms of, because so we don't just get all this land taken over while we're doing stuff down here, then go back over here to untake it over, and then they just take all of my land over there. See, this army is decided to come back, and we'll just tell them, just get over there. See, with that, this army, ideally, will deal with it. Hopefully, you can see we do outnumber them, but their generals aren't quite as good. Knowing we did lose that siege, I don't know how that happened. So that this army of 6,000 took this fort, while this army of 11,000 is at negative 21%. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. And this army is also about to lay siege. I don't know, really, these guys really should hurry up. They're not doing too well. We'll say that. And so these guys looks like they had a complete swing and a miss, considering that I kind of left them alone while dealing with the things down there. See that a bigger army has decided to come over and say hi to us. And so there's nothing really we can do. You see that their general is better than ours, so we are going to lose that. Actually, we won somehow. It seems like they just lost a bunch of men randomly. So I'm going to put these guys in infinite operations so they can deal with these, so I can do stuff over here. And so they did not get that fort. It looks like they got scared off by this army. We'll put them in independent operations as well, so they can actually help us out. And we managed to win a battle up here, which is great. You can see our war score is not too good, considering that this army is about to take this siege, and our army is still not even close being done over there. So we're definitely going to have it. Looks like we're going to lose that fight, although we didn't lose any ships, or we lost 1 ship. I was looking at the wrong side. And that can happen often. Either you use a lot of ships or you lose no ships, which is kind of nice about the naval combat. So we lost some loyalty from a guy. And so we can get this army to actually go fix some things down going on over here. And so let's want to head over there. You can see we do have a new ruler, which is not the best timing, considering that we did just lose some stability from that. But we should be able to stop that siege and maybe unsiege this. And this army is still going. And now they're laying siege. These guys really need to hurry up. Okay, at least they went at 14%. So these guys in operations, we just needed to scare them off of that fort right there. And so now they're going to have to restart. And these guys are going to head back up here to hopefully stop that fort. And where the heck is... Why? Or... This happens sometimes when you leave people in an operation. They go in random directions. Probably deciding to go help out over here. You can see we did just lose... some guy died. It's fortunate. We'll reappoint someone. Our generals are not very good right now, and so that can happen a lot. You can have an army up here. They could be like, oh shoot, something bad's going down here. They come halfway down, and then they're like, wait a sec. They're like, even worse things are happening up here, or like, I'm supposed to be guarding this, and then they'll have to go all the way back up. And so that doesn't work. Well, you can see that we're right on the edge for the siege, 29% chance. Then we are going to take out that army. Completely took them out. And they weren't even on an impotent operation, so that army was kind of dumb. They really... Are you kidding me? Yeah, the army really had only one thing to do, was just get out of the way, and it completely took it. So, moral of armies, considering that's always great since we're at war. And so decisions is just about social equality. There's nothing we can do with that. You might be like, there's a decision up there, and like, no, there's not. And these are, as always, ridiculously expensive. Not really what we want to see spending money on, considering if this war does go even worse. Although, we aren't very organized right now. But if it goes worse, then we can recruit some mercenaries with that money right there. Although it will go down pretty quickly. And now they're going over here. And see, our economy is +1, but we are losing 1k men. And see, this army is still doing that. And these guys are absolutely useless and aren't doing anything. So, we are going to, unless this is a high level fort, it is a level, okay, it's level 2 fort. That makes actually a lot of sense, considering that these guys have been here for absolutely forever. And so if you want to know more about forts, you can watch my fort tutorial. You can just go over and watch that. And so, these guys are laying siege, so we could recruit some mercenaries. These guys are fighting them. They hopefully will win. Win. That means win, and they win. So, and they are going to start unsieging this. And so, as much as I'd like to tell them to get all the way down there, there's absolutely no way they could actually make it in time. So we have a couple options, or not a lot of options. You see our navy is kind of hiding down here, and this navy is stronger than ours, although you see they have a lot more ships. So even if we increase the size of our navy, we'd be no match for them. So these guys have increased their troops a bit, so they can't get any more over here unless they, if it's a full army. So these guys will hopefully finish up so they can fix this, because we're kind of hands are tied. And so we managed to, after only probably a couple years, I didn't read that thing, it actually does tell you how long the siege lasted. And now these guys are at 42%, which a 57% win chance. So if we don't get there and lose, I'm going to be not happy at all. And so we barely managed to not lose that fort. And we completely destroyed their army. And so now we are a lot better off. So this these guys are essentially completely eliminated. So you got 26, now 25 war score. And that's because that was such a high level siege or fort that it gives us quite a bit of a bonus. So we'll just get these guys to hopefully take these guys out. And you see we did win another siege. That siege, that's probably level 4 considering how short it took. And so we'll just send these guys on an infinite operation. And there's actually a reason for them to go over there. And so ideally we'd have them take out that fort, but they need to kind of monitor these armies. And so these guys over here are just taking out forts. Looks like, I'm assuming what's going on here is they start taking out fort. These guys start taking out fort. And then what's going to happen is these guys are going to be like, oh no, we're losing a fort. I'm just going to tell them to stay there. And then go over there, then, they'll have to restart, which is always annoying. And that does happen a lot. And so this army is just, I'm going to tell them to go take out that army. And if it'll let me, it won't let me, because I'm assuming we need to take out that fort first. So they somehow managed to realize where we are going and kind of evacuated there. And you can see we did lose up here, which is not good. It's probably my fault for making them stay there. But, see, this army is sitting here. Yeah, I'm dumb. So this army needs to go up here and, well, I mean, help with this up there. Our manpower is reaching a very bad point. No manpower to recruit corps, so the only option we could do to get more troops would be to recruit mercenaries. These mercenaries are over here, and we can't transport them because our navy is too small. These guys are over here. These guys are somewhere over there. These guys are actually in a reasonable position. I didn't see them. You can see a small army right there. As mercenaries typically do have good generals, you can see a 10 and 9. I've seen 14, actually a 15 in mercenaries before. And so these guys, if you want to ever recruit mercenaries, I'll have a tutorial coming out soon on them. But you can't just highlight like that. Sorry, you can go into the mercenaries tab and try and find them, which can be annoying. Or you could just click on this right here. You can see recruit mercenary, costs 100, and then it will serve us until We fire them, which will cost us 54 gold. These will cost 7 a month, which is actually slightly reasonable, although I don't know what the army's made of. And so we're just going to go up here and find the army that's right here. You can see it's this one. You can see 4k of these, so that's about 2. This is maybe 0.3, and then this is going to be, so that's probably around 4 or 5 gold overpriced. So that's annoying. But if we really need them, we can have that army that's actually smaller than these guys. And what on earth are you doing? And they're gonna, oh, that's not good. Army O, Legion 2, is completely stuck. You can see they're kind of chasing us here. We can't really go anywhere unless we can go here, which you can't. So our only escape really is to wait for the siege to be completed, and then, yeah, we're still stuck. Well then, I think that army is not going to have much of a future. Put them in independent operation in case there's a way for them to escape. I don't know how they would manage it, but I mean, it's possible. So these guys are going to head up there like I told them to. We're going to put them right here behind this fort in case like a big army forms and I'm paying attention, I forget about them over there. So this fort, or I mean the siege, I guess. I know I can't really say it's going well, it just kind of just started. And they're laying siege to this, which you can't really get to them, which is annoying. See, they're kind of flexing their big navy. And so we are winning this war, as you can see. All we actually need from this, our only goal was to get this little bit of land. You can see that we can get that. So, considering how things are going, we're just going to go with that. And so, ideally, I didn't mess up, and we can get that thing. Yep, making grains. Then you can see we can just select this as well. So that's going to be about it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.